Supplemental math videos from Circle Christian School. Today's video is how to set up your 3-ring binder and just a reminder of what your homework front page should look like. First, we'll talk about your math journal, the 3-ring binder. Please have at least 5 dividers. I suggest ones with pockets in them so that when you get something back in class, you can put it in the pocket. That allows you to later file them. File them by chronological order or by chapter order, your preference. The 5 dividers should include starting with any of your worksheets that you do in class. These are things that you either do individually or as a group within the class in lieu of taking notes. The next divider should be any or all tests. These are very handy when it comes to studying for midterms, semester tests, any of those type of things. The next one after that is vocabulary. Us math teachers are math geek speakers. So vocabulary is a great thing to have. It's like having your own glossary. This is where your cards will go or any other vocabulary and formulas that you work on during the year. After that are going to be your course projects, things like the Real People, Real Math or the Math Fair projects, all the papers that go with that. And last, any whittles, what did you learn, any type of discoveries that can help you later when you take a semester test, or miscellaneous things. Many of my students will copy the review pages of the chapter and use those for handy looking at when it comes time for the semester test. What I will tell you though is it's great to have these things in order. Try to avoid putting them in order all the way up into the end, because the second part of the semester test is always going to be math journal and spiral notebook orientated. So the better order that you have within the dividers here, the easier and more time you'll have when you take that test. Now I'm going to talk about your spiral notebooks. There are 2 things that I have requirements of that. The first one is your math journaling, that is taking notes, and then the second one is the homework setup page. I'm going to talk about taking notes very quickly here. Taking note page, this is when you come in class and we have different notes and things like that. Up on the board will always be what today's concept is. So up at the top here you can put what it is. Let's say it's real numbers today. And over here there will be a little symbol. It's kind of like the ABCs of an address book type of thing, only it's by concepts. Then what I want you to do is take notes as you like them. It may have lots of pictures. You may have arrows and little flowers going on. You might be one of these great little margin people where you put a little thing on the side here and then all the things about them, whole numbers, natural numbers, and maybe little examples. To tell you the truth, if you just copy what we put up on the screen for the day, it will actually help you be able to go back, see what we talked about in class, and match it up to any of the day's videos. Then next we're going to talk about your homework setup page, proper homework setup page. I have 6 requirements for this page. Math is orderly, so should be your homework. The first thing that I would like to have you on your homework page is a heading. It has things like your name, today's date, the lesson number. For instance, if the assignment was 1.2 and 1.3, you may elect to actually just put those together, no problem. Some people like separating them out, doing a 1.1 page and then a 1.3 page. Again, your preference at that time. The next thing is to include any of the sample problems from the video that you had watched. This is great to do because for every video sample, problem sample that I see included on your homework page, I'm going to give you 5 stars for. Not sure what the stars mean? Ask somebody from a previous class. They'll be more than happy to tell you. The third thing that you're going to do is basically all your homework. I require that you show all your work and any drawings. It is a necessity at being able to do proper algebra. Algebra is a process. You have to show that process. what it is that your brain is actually thinking. Do your little problem. When you get all done, circle your little answer, and that helps you to be able to define what the answer is. Did you answer the question to begin with? It also allows you to do a little bit of George Polya. That means plug it back in, see if it's actually correct. I have no preference as to whether or not you like to do your problems horizontally or if you like to do your problems vertically. Again, that part's kind of your preference as to how you like to do it. I actually have people put them in little boxes for each one. No problem. The next thing is, after you've done doing a problem, check your answers. Actually go in the back. This is going to help you create a run. A run is your total correct over your total done. So for instance, let's say for this lesson that there were 31 problems. You go back, check your answers. You found out that you had 4 of them wrong. Well, you were able to correct 2 of them because maybe there was some sort of silly little integer thing. You zigged instead of zagging. No problem. If you correct them, they're still correct. However, when you got all through said and done, there were 2 problems that no matter what, you just couldn't figure out how to get the right answer. With these, what I want you to do is take those problems, say for instance it was number 3 and it was number 5, put them up top here. That allows you to come back to class. We'll have a little bit of Q&A and go over all your questions and see what it is that did not quite work. And because those were 2 problems out of the 31 that you could not get an answer, that's how you're going to complete your run, that you got 29 correct after corrections out of the 31, and you've put it up here in your run. I do nothing more than just take a look at this. This is not a grade. It just allows me to go back, take a good look, and see how well you understood the lesson, or to go back and see which ones you may have circled and were having trouble with. It's just a nice little double check. The 5th thing will happen generally after we've made any corrections and had a star quiz. There's a star quiz possible every day, so be prepared for a star quiz. This is where asking really great questions will help you with the star quiz. Also, as you're doing your homework or you go through your corrections here, make sure that you add any discoveries, any of those little whittles, what did you learn, inside your homework. Bubble it out, make it look cool, star it up just so I can find it, because with those I also give you 5 stars for each discovery. Try to avoid just saying, hey, now I know how to do it. Tell me what you know how to do now. Tell me that you needed that fence of equality here because that's what really helped you set the problem apart. After those 5 things, then there's kind of a very quick little ELC thing to do after you've done your homework on Thursday, Friday's assignment. Always go into the ELC and remember to complete your confidence rating. How do you feel about this week's work? Try to do this before Monday, Tuesday. That allows me to get a quick check of how well you understood the assignment and how the whole class is doing. I really appreciate your input at this point. And those are the 6 things that you really need to have on every homework page. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm always available before class and after class, before school, after school, and I love eating lunch and doing math all at the same time also. So just let me know. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome week.